You know, how would you say, my name is Shagun. I'll be doing this week.
Olumoyiwa.
How was your weekend? How was the weekend?
Well, of course, every time Man United win, I have a great weekend. So my weekend was fantabulous.
I said great Agadewa. So, without further ado, the first game, just because before we do the major games outside of that, the El Clasico, first win for Madrid in over 5 fixtures or so against Barcelona, 2-1. Madrid are dominant in that game. Mbappe and I think Vinícius scored the second goal. Barcelona scored one halftime. How did you see that game anyway? How did you see that game?
The classical game.
Yes, classical game.
Oh, it was a good game. It was what classical is, tensions rising, flaring up and all that.
At some point, they had a record, they had a record in the 93rd or 94th minute.
Yeah, and then all of them going for Yamal's throat,
of course, a lot of kicking here and then Vinícius, I don't know. This season he has been, I don't know, he don't want to sign a new deal, causing the fracas, he didn't want to leave, they want to remove him, giving attitude. What is this like what's the future like for Vinícius?
Well, I think he'll remain at least till his contract runs out. At the moment, new Real Madrid board have come out saying it's not that they've downplayed it.
Yeah,
and then of course Alonso said it's not an issue. He's going to discuss with Vinícius and they move ahead from there. But of course, we know there's a tension there. And you know what he said? He was saying what was believed he said was that he needs to leave the team, that he's always the one getting sacrificed when the game is going on and all that. And we also know that his role in this team has changed.
Yeah, since the signing Mbappe.
Yeah. No, under Alonso specifically.
Is it because he signed Mbappe? Because Mbappe before Alonso came, there were these glitches.
No, but you could still see that Ancelotti expected him to free roam.
Yes, so true.
But under Alonso, Alonso expect more of him, running back, running back, doing more assists and all that. Yes. So you will see it in his game that I just said. So probably his feeling is getting sacrificed for other people and all that. And this is not the first. The interesting thing, this is not the first player picking issue with Alonso.
Yes.
I think it comes with when you have a new coach in the team. It happened in Man United too.
Yes.
There was Valverde had issues with the coach earlier in the season too, because he was getting played out of position, and he came out to say it, but eventually it was resolved with the coach and all that. So I expect them to resolve their issues. If not, I don't know, because there are a few teams out there that can actually take in Vinícius because of his price tag, and the like. So
as a world-class player, and I do one of the best in the world.
And his what's it called? His wages. So
definitely,
maybe teams like Chelsea who are going for younger team players now. Bayern, Bayern don't like to spend so much.
And then of course they might come with a lot of look at his attitude, character.
And I don't think I want him in Man U. Not that he's not a great player, but
the character and the
attitude.
And then, of course,
we don't want another chaos.
And the wages and all of that. And then because they won't come for cheap.
Well, I believe they accept out there.
Yeah, so the next going to the let me just call the Carling Cup games. Carling Cup games are playing on Tuesday and Wednesday. So Arsenal versus Brighton. Arsenal won that game at Emirates 2-0 in favor of Arsenal. Ethan Waneri scored the first goal and Bukayo Saka scored the second. The second game, Liverpool 0, Crystal Palace 3. The once Anfield was a fortress, no more a fortress anymore. Everybody can seem to score goals anyway. Ismail Sarr scored 2 goals in that game, and Yeremy Pino scored 1. And the third game of the Wednesday game encounter was Swansea versus Man City. Swansea scored the first goal by Jeremy Franco. Then Man City equalized by Jeremy Doku in the first half. The second goal by Mamouche, and the last one, Czechia. Czechia scored 1 goal and 1 assist in that game. And the second to last game of the week of that day of Wednesday was Newcastle versus Spurs. Newcastle scored won that game 2-0. Fabian Schär and Voldemort always scoring. The third game, Wolves 3 versus Chelsea 4. Chelsea at a point were leading 3-0, back and forth. Arugudaya scored the third goal for Chelsea, 4. And Chelsea again, once again, they had a red card again. Chelsea a red card, they seem to be synonymous. The next features for the December for the quarterfinals are Arsenal versus Crystal Palace, and that another London derby. And the arguments that Crystal Palace will be playing 4 games in 8 days during that December period. They're trying to shift one of the fixtures which they can shift it, but I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. Cardiff City versus Chelsea. Chelsea will be away from home. Man City versus Brentford. Man City are going to be at home against Brentford. And the last but not the least, Newcastle versus Fulham. Newcaswill will be playing at St. Jesus Park against Fulham, the defending champions. Now, for the next games, we're going to be doing according to the results for the Premier League games that happened last week, and then are you ready for us, sir?
Am I ready for you? Okay. Yeah, I believe I am. Of course, the first game we had Chelsea
Sunderland.
Chelsea won
that game to go. Chelsea lost that game to
Chelsea lost that. That was quite surprising for me. Yeah, Sunderland are fourth on the table.
Yes, they have the most points. I think they have 10 points or so.
Yeah,
that's the best
they've had
starting the season. Promoted team will do in a very short period of time.
In 9 games, that's a good one for them. I expect them to survive.
Yeah, they will survive. I think it's them. I think it was them or one. No, I think I tipped them to survive.
Yeah.
So next game
we have Leeds beating West Ham 2-1. Inspirito is yet to stamp his foot on the West Ham team. He lost that game again. It's not looking good for him. Do you think he's going to get sacked or get the time?
Well, like I said before, there are 2 types of coaches. Those are sacked and those are waiting to be sacked. Whichever class he belongs to.
Well, you did say Amorim was going to get sacked by December. I told you I did tell you it wasn't going to happen. Anyways, we move on. Then we had Newcastle defeating Fulham 2-1.
Yeah, very interesting fixture there.
And then Brentford, of course. Before we get to that, Man United won Brighton 4-2.
Yeah, 4-2.
Well, what did you think about that game? Did you see the game?
I was able to see the second half. Very interesting game that Konya and the Man U signed and begin to score. Only Sesko scored only one. I think Sesko scored 1.
Sesko scored 2.
2. At least they're now scoring. Before they were on the 0-0-2, 0-0-4, 0-0-5. But glory to God after some fasting here and there. But of course, as Man U, I'm surprised that Man U have won 3 on the bounce.
I love that you said you are surprised.
Let's not celebrate too much. Let's be like, remember one time too, Man U was
what is there not to be celebrated? When we were losing, you guys were, you don't want us to celebrate our win.
A team as impeccable as Man U shouldn't be playing like
it doesn't matter. We are getting
the lion is now playing like a dog.
Whatever. If we were losing, you will still find a narrative, please.
But of course, of course, I wasn't surprised that
Brighton but I did have a bit issue with Amorim during that game. I mean, Man U were leading 3-0, and as about by second half and about 72nd minute, he made 3 subs.
He's always doing that.
I'm like, that's and you would see that it affected the game. Because the guys that were on the pitch were doing great job. I understand if you want to rest them, at least do the sub 80 minutes, 80-something minutes, 70 minutes, and you start making 3 subs. You took out Casemiro, and the balance of the game was lost. You don't need to make such decision. But I was glad at the point I didn't want to watch the game again. But then they scored the 4th goal. That's a good one for my United fans out there. Congrats to everyone.
Finally, you are not scoring.
Yeah, and then
I hope the promo would last.
Oh, I do hope so.
Like they say, what someone told me.
Bro, if we can defeat Nottingham Forest and go ahead and win Tottenham, which is the next game after Nottingham Forest, who says we can't start gunning for the league?
Congratulations. like I think that's something I can say that even will be careful. Now, especially they go. Very powerful song. The song bless. I mean, song bless you
too. Your wise man is unwise.
Let's give this.
Brentford defeating Liverpool by 3-2. I called that game last week.
Yes. And they were arguing. You mentioned that they will have the penalty in the first half.
Well, it seems this Man United form is affecting my form too. I've had good records back to back for three weekends in a row now.
I thought that Liverpool were going to get like I said,
their mojo
back. Like I said before, when you complain about your job, don't forget that they're the one that went for the interview, they're the one that applied for the job. So, like you said, like the wife once told me, like if you cannot stand the heat, don't stay in the kitchen.
He's your wife, man.
You know, if you cannot stand the heat, don't stay in the kitchen. And he has been complaining. They say that there's a rhetoric and
if you can't stand the heat, my bro, in the kitchen. Buy it in the kitchen.
You know, or buy
and have extractor.
Extractor, you know. You know.
Anyways, yeah, continue.
And the next game,
Wolves, Burnley, Wolves losing that game again. Although I got that one wrong. I was thinking Wolves having the home advantage will be able to pop up with their first win. I don't know. Again, it's too early to call. You could see how they picked up late last season. Who says they can't have that kind of resurgence again this season? So, well, we'll see.
The next game.
And the coach just signed a new contract.
So, okay. The next game.
Arsenal,
they can sack him.
Arsenal defeating Crystal Palace.
Yes, of course.
Arsenal defeating Crystal Palace 1-0. That goal by Bericci is haunting his former team.
You know, there's a popular saying by the Yorubas that the excrete of a man, once as it becomes soft for us now, you know, can we Arsenal say, oh, there's a way to lose and all of that?
Well, for everyone out there, I don't understand where my bro is getting all these proverbs from, whether it feels or not. I think, I've mentioned, aside Liverpool, Arsenal are solid. Now that Liverpool is not turning up, I think Arsenal are quite solid. They're getting the results everyone desired to get. I'm actually rooting for them this season to get that the Premier League. We need someone else for a change. And aside Man City, who is gradually creeping up. And then of course Liverpool is I don't think they are still contenders. Well, but it's yet to be seen. They can always pick up, and Arsenal can always have a bad form. So we'll wait and see. But they have the Arsenal there, as their name implies, to go all the way. Their defense is the best in the league, and their attack quite decent. And they've been also able to manage games out. You see them win 1-0, 1-0, 2-1. I mean, those are that's tough of champions. As long as you can get, I'm always on the side of getting those 3 points. And they do it without even conceding. That's good for them.
You know, why I said that was because a saying came out one time. Said that they don't want Poppy today. Make the corner jack. And as I said that as it's Arsenal that big dog now. Are they nobody Poppy of yesterday? People say that nobody are not there. Can we say that Arsenal are not the they are not the dominant force.
So.
They are not the team that everybody wants to beat. They are not the team on the uprising.
I believe so. I remember I mentioned last week that everybody can't win the league. Arsenal has been consistent for the past 3 seasons. They are up there.
Yes.
So that shows
So
at some point, that shows the level.
Liverpool were through. They were back second. Liverpool second.
So that
and at some point they broke through.
Yeah, that shows the level of consistency they've been showing.
Yes.
And they've reinforced in a very good way. They have a striker. They are stuck in that midfield. Yeah. You can do out with Odegaard and still be fine, which is what we are seeing now with his injury. Yeah, Eze is stepping up.
Eze the king.
Yeah, so Eze is stepping up, and that's
what I did. Yeah.
So they are in a very good place.
Yeah,
I do back them to get the win. If they don't,
like a guy and girl who are not celebrating.
If they don't behave like the elephants that people see them to be, the elephant that always fall down from the tree.
But are they paper tigers, or what people would say, Eshinowe?
This season will determine
horse inside book can do some assault baffling, but in real life the horse cannot do any of that.
Don't mind my guy and his proverbs. He and his wise man are starting to worry me quite a bit.
The next game, please.
Yes, so we had Aston Villa, of course, defeating Manchester City.
Technically, I wasn't surprised because
I wasn't surprised.
They struggle in that at the Villa Park. They've lost 3 games in that area. So although they had some chances, Donnarumma too had some vital saves. Like I said before, it was going to be up there for the player signing of the season and probably maybe player of the season if they actually get to win the league. If they do.
Anyways.
Yes.
Bournemouth, Nottingham Forest. Bournemouth winning down by 2-0. We had no doubt about that.
Yes.
Tottenham.
And the only LGBT team. Yeah, Nottingham Forest. I call them the LGBT team.
And then, of course, Tottenham defeating Everton 3-0. Everton at home.
Yeah, very. Hey, but that moment game, the guy scored a corner kick. What's his name again?
Yeah.
Raiola scored a corner kick, bottom bosses away. He knows the fluke. It doesn't happen every day.
Well, but I don't know. At what point will Premier League start protecting the keeper? You know, it's now an attitude of always pushing the keeper in a way.
They were the lost arts of the game. You know, remember again, these were the physical parts, the lost arts of the game. The long throws. Brentford scored a goal from long throw. I think they've had the most goals from long throws since 2023 or so. I can't remember exactly. They've got 7 or 8 goals from long throws. The lost arts. The keepers must be protected. So I think they give the keeper space to push out and all of that. Players wanted to do that. We saw Gabriel do that against Man City. We have seen a lot of these players do those mixes, throwing those dark arts here and there.
Yeah, I think teams, even if Premier League don't come up with a solution, teams will find a way to protect their keepers.
So sometimes they'll put a player in front of them. They don't take the keeper before the corner kick will push
the player out. It still works.
So they can play
in the favor of course, because there's a limit to how you can push the opposition.
Team and the attacking team some level of leverage. Yeah. The next game.
That's all. That's
all she wrote for. That's all for the road for last. So the games for the weekend, please.
The games for the weekend. The first one tomorrow by 4. We have 4 games.
Yeah, the time has changed now.
So 5 games for tomorrow by 4 p.m. WAT, which is Crystal Palace, Brentford. That's a tough one.
A tough one, no doubt. The Crystal Palace are at home, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think the Palace are going to win.
So these are 2 teams that have funny records.
Yes.
For Brentford, they have a good record away.
Yes.
And Crystal Palace has a good record at home. Yeah, so these are 2 teams. It's a tough call. But I'll go with Crystal Palace just for the sake of the home advantage.
But I think that both to score. I believe Mateta will score in that game. The guy's a nuisance. He might not score you 200 goals or 20 goals. Or it's physicality. Just going to worry
and his approach
of your defenders. Yeah. The next game, please.
Nottingham Forest, Manchester United.
If Man don't win Nottingham Forest, I don't know what they can win. But
it's going to be a tough game because he's a new coach, of course, and he's trying to make sure he gets a result. I expect them to defend quite well. Shandyk's team, make it difficult for Man United.
Throws, physical,
so this will be a test of Manchester United when they face teams that are
and then how are they going to win the second ball?
But of course, I ain't going against my team anytime, any day. I expect Man United to get a win.
Yeah, okay. The next
Burnley, Arsenal.
Burnley, Arsenal. Of course, strictly for us now. Tough game. They've made
Burnley at home. Of course, they also make things difficult for Arsenal. But Arsenal should have more than enough.
One goal today, 1 goal.
Arsenal should have more than enough to blow them away.
0.5 in that game. The next game, please.
Brighton, Leeds United. Brighton at home.
Brighton have a strong force at home. And Leeds have been off the radar, in one recent time. But I believe, I think we're going to have a 1.5 in that game.
Who do you think will win the game?
That's a tough one. It might be full time though.
Full time.
I'm going against the tide.
I'll say a Brighton win.
I'm going against the tide.
I'll say a Brighton win. Then the next game is Fulham Wolves, also a 4 p.m. West African time.
I think we have Fulham to win. Fulham to win.
I don't know.
Fulham don't score too many goals, but Fulham to win.
Wolves may get the win against them. I'll go for a full-time draw. Wolves, Fulham.
The next game.
And the next game, 6:30 or 18:30 WAT. Tottenham, Chelsea, London rivals.
Chelsea are no more that team that you could say before time they used to defeat Spurs anyhow.
Yeah.
They were like their wife. They used to give them anywhere anyhow. But now I don't know with this coach, and I don't trust the version of Chelsea that will come out. So I believe that Spurs have an
bit of inconsistency.
Yes, and I don't trust it. And their red card, them and red card, they say that they have a covenant with red card. They have a covenant with red card. Probably their coach sees red in his dreams.
Yeah, I'll go for my guts. I think Chelsea have a way of turning up when it's rivals or they're facing a top team. Yeah, so
we were leading 2-0 or 2-0.
Yeah, I fancy Chelsea win.
Okay.
Fancy Chelsea win.
Time will tell.
Liverpool, Aston Villa.
Yeah, Liverpool are home.
It's a 9 p.m. game, 9 p.m. West African time game. Liverpool are at home. I mean, with the recent form, you can't even say because Liverpool are at home or not this time.
Will Slot be sacked anytime soon?
I don't think so.
Even with this one results?
Yeah. I feel his record for winning the league last season gives him a whole lot of lifeline.
Do you know that if you dance without a song,
you have started with your wisdom.
If you dance without a song, to you and if we are dancing together with you, they will be clapping for you that you are doing well. But to an outsider that sees you dance without the song,
it's madness.
They will say. Now the question I ask is that if we say, can we categorically say that Slot's job is put on the line?
At the moment, I'll say his job is not on the line.
You see, when we spoke about signings and all that, one time we had an argument, and I said that compared to before, there's no money in football. You are spending 300 million, 400 million in whatever window. Of course, you don't expect the person to give that kind of money to plan for you when you're playing rubbish. There's a job well done. Do you think that it's going to last? Slot is going to last, or is he using his bounty as an advantage?
How long he will last, I don't know. But I think he will last this season for sure, because he still has a lifeline, and I don't expect him to keep losing. I mean, if he loses, which is unthinkable, 8 games on the bounce, then there's a problem.
They've done four
I mean, in the league, yeah.
They've done 4
in a row in the league. If it gets to 8, of course, then there's a problem. But that's why I feel he won't get sacked. He will likely get a win within this period. I'm not sure he'll win against Aston Villa. I'm backing Aston Villa to get a win for hating sake one, and for the fact that, of course, they have a shot at winning Liverpool. However, I feel maybe after this Aston Villa game, it's difficult, because do you know who their next game is? Man City. So these are although they have a good record against Man City of late, but these are tough games.
Liverpool are not in the mood like last year.
If he does loses,
because Man City are going to take him up.
If he does lose this game against Aston Villa, I expect Man City to also go for Liverpool's jugular. So that will be difficult. The only way Liverpool can, be off the hook is try as much as possible to get this win. If not, then there's a problem, because I will expect 6 losses in a row.
You know this song that this guy sang, this popular Christian artist sang. Say your problem before that. So this problem now, is it at their back now or in their front? Or
I seem to be a bit confused. Is it that you are confusing me, or you are the confused person here? All these songs you are mentioning are not Christian songs. I wonder why you are saying Christian songs.
But they're very powerful songs, and when they were sung, they were a blessing. The next game, please.
Sorry, brother, sing song. All right. Then we have West Ham Newcastle.
I think I'm giving Newcastle this. They won't be scoring more goals.
West Ham needs a win. And Liverpool hasn't been good on the road this season.
Yes.
I'll go for a West Ham win. Inspirito needs that win.
What's the next game?
And Man City Bournemouth.
Man City Sunday game. Man City should win that one. At home.
But it's a tough game.
It's going to be a tough game. But if they were away, I would have said that Burnley, Bournemouth, and Bournemouth are tough to crack at home. And they have their.
I'll go for a Bournemouth draw. A double chance for Bournemouth.
Any reason for that?
Well, I don't know. That's where my guts this week. Now I've been on a good run of form. I'm just trusting myself.
I think
Sunderland, Everton. Sunderland,
Everton. Sunderland just get the result against Everton. They are team on the uprising. They're not.
Yeah, but I'll go for you. I mentioned that Moyes has a way of getting results against the smaller team, whether they are good or not. No, he did decent against Tottenham.
3-0 bro.
They lost, but he did
There's no dissent.
So I feel these are the games. Yeah, but these are the games David Moyes thriving. Sure, you get. I think they'll get the result.
Why did they
Spurs? I think Spurs is still up there.
So Spurs is Spurs now.
Yeah, well, whatever. You won't put Spurs in the caliber of Sunderland, whether you like it or not.
You never know. There's no way to find out. Last week they came 15th.
Or won the Europa League, but I only see one team in the Champions League. Sunderland is not in the Champions League. Yeah. So of course you can't compare. Spurs have been in the league for how many seasons now?
It's making me doubt.
But I feel so
their progress and their figure. And they might.
Everton will get the result against. I back Everton double chance, win or draw.
Okay.
Against Sunderland. And that's it for that weekend. Match 10.
That's the match 10. Any game you're looking at?
Week 10.
Any you're looking at?
Well, of course, I'm
aside
rooting
from
Man to win.
Aside from Man,
bro, Aston Villa, of course.
Yeah,
Aston Villa, Liverpool.
I think Arsenal 10. Or as the game you want to watch.
Either way, it's for bad Bele's sake, for whatever you call it, hating sake. I'm backing Aston Villa.
Who has been for you for the past 10 games?
yeah,
bar injuries.
9 for the past 9 games.
9 games. So this is week 10. Sorry, for the past 9 games. Or who has been the player that said the signing of the 9 weeks?
For me, so far, Brian Mbeumo. He has been outstanding. Even when Man wasn't performing, you could see
outstanding how?
Outstanding in his runs, in his plays, in his.
I don't know about outputs. I don't know about he has 2 goals or so, 2 or 3 goals.
No, he has more than 2. He has 3 goals. I believe now. Yeah, so he's lifting. He got 2 goals in the last game.
I don't know how because
so that should be 4 games.
It was just like in the past 3 games. So
No. Even before this 3 he scored a goal at Old Trafford.
One goal.
So I think he's on 4 goals now. So for me, looking at where Man we're coming from, the caliber of players, I understand people are hailing Rashford and all that at Barcelona. Good for him because he's in a team that was working or is working. So it's easier for him to shine. I mean, you look at the issues Man were facing and he could not really turn up. You get. So for Brian Mbeumo to come and do it as if, so somebody can do it this way.
Any other player? I don't like what any other player.
For Man City signings, I've not really seen anything that outstanding.
I think Gigi has been outstanding.
Gigi.
Gigi won the goal of the month. I think goal of the month, save of the month last month. Although for the other players, they've been injured. Apart from Reinders, has just been he has been okay. Reinders was
and I think Ward has been doing very decent.
Yes. With the player, this is the defender that they signed to replace the guy from Lille.
So what too has been
yes.
But my pick is
Neto has been very okay too. Like Neto for Chelsea.
Neto is not a new signing.
No, I mean the one that they signed in
it's not a new signing.
In Club Cup, sorry.
What was his name? João Pedro.
João Pedro, sorry. The one that signed during the World Cup, I think has been fairly okay for them. And then there's a young guy that I think they brought. He's not even signing, but he has been the past 2 games. But I'm looking at the stretch. So the stretch, I'm looking at Gigi. Gigi has been integral for Man City. You look at Bremo in one reason that I don't want to put it because there's no stretch in that place.
There's actually stretch. In the games Man United won.
About skills and assists. I want to talking about like the individual play. If I want to look at individual play, of course, will be up there. But I'm talking about
even outside the individual.
So you look at like
plays
Chelsea, like City, Arsenal. AC has been, of course, in that stretch that it has been signed.
Because you are talking about Donnarumma. He saves. That's still individual play. It's not as if maybe
the keeper now.
Of course. So that's still individual save.
Considered 2 goals.
Yeah, that's still individual performance. If you were talking about him sending an assist out or something, you can say of course, but it's still an individual thing.
The goalkeeper, I can't judge the goalkeeper.
Why I mentioned that, you were talking about, you are looking at team performance.
No, I'm talking about goals and assists. I mean, for Bremo. I mean, like, you are talking about, he has been integral in Man. Of course, he has been integral in Man, but I'm looking in the context of assists and goals on the start level, not necessarily, as I said, individual play, not like individual play, like compared to the team play. No. I'm talking about what they've done and how their team has ascended and what they have, how integral they have been in the likes of it. Of course, any surprises for goal of the season? Who's scoring the most goals?
No surprise. I expect Haaland to take that. So
like predicted. And not only Salah broke his record, assist record. He has been getting the draft for one league.
He scored.
Yes.
Against
Brentford. He scored against Brentford. I know you're looking at Man U to win. Will any game surprise you? Will any player surprise? Do you think any surprise for this weekend?
Any surprise for this weekend? If Burnley gets a win against Arsenal, that should be the surprise of the weekend.
Yeah, Burnley at home, right?
Yeah, Burnley at home. That would be a surprise.
That's tough one, yeah.
So I think that's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote. Finally said you agree with me for the first time.
That's all she wrote, like my friend will say.
That's all she wrote.
We'll see you guys.
Yes, please. Don't forget to like, share,
subscribe. Yes. Before we go.
Yeah.
So for this weekend, we have Manchester United jersey, Chelsea jerseys, a couple of them.
Yeah.
And if you get any correct prediction,
any prediction at all,
which will be that, of course, you have to be a subscriber.
Yes.
And then you drop a comment under this video.
And then you drop it before the game.
Before the game, of course.
Before
we are going to be picking winners.
So that
we'll pick winners and we'll give out jerseys.
And then, of course,
gracias.
From me to USA, arrivederci.
Ciao.
That is it.
Oh, there was no break. Okay, well, good.